It's a painful recollection of that period of time, but it's almost like a blackout to me, the ending of the band. And I know we went through a whole long farewell procedure. The process was quite long. I mean, we made a farewell album, we did a farewell tour. But I don't actually remember saying to Jack and Ginger, it's over. I don't remember it. Funny, isn't it? There was something that could happen, and it could happen when the three of us really just played and drew on our resources, you know. But I think where we lost out was when that's all it became. It just became that in itself, and it ran out of steam. And we did one exceptionally long tour of America where, you know, at some point, I remember that that you'd get one good night for every 4 mediocre nights, as far as I felt. And it was just because you can't be that inspired for that long without going back to the fountain, you know, going back to the spring and working on the foundation of the thing.
The real sort of funny thing, it's almost tragic in a way, is that by the time the band had really made it, it had already broken up. You know, that was the terrible thing. That when we were packing out Madison Square Garden and everything, our hearts weren't in it anymore. I think a lot of the reasons why the band split up was the greed of the management and also the record companies. I mean, they thought, we've got this thing that's doing so well, let's milk it for all it's worth.
I think it probably would have been a good idea to have, you know, say, okay, now we're going to take a month here and just go on holiday and forget about it. We didn't do that. We just continued working and working and working, which was, you know, again, but it produced 4 fantastic records and created an enormous effect on the whole of the musical world. Also, looking back, if it had carried on, would it have had that effect? Who knows?
I just went under. I went under, and I blamed everybody else, and I was just full of hatred and self-resentment too. So I couldn't. I would have probably gone insane because I couldn't find a way to alter it, to change it, and I wasn't going to look either. So running away, getting out, was the only possible alternative.